Hey everyone, I just wanted to check in with you and remind you about the quantitative project descriptive statistics part that's due Wednesday. You'll see that some of the things that are required to do are some of the topics that we've touched on in the past. So the first thing is descriptive statistics, mean, median, mode, range, and standard deviation. I know there's a lot of ways to do these by hand, but again, I want you to try to practice using StatCrunch. It's a lot easier. What I've done is I've gone to StatCrunch. Now I just pulled up a data set that was already part of StatCrunch. You would obviously have your data that you've collected from your participants. Now some of you have two quantitative variables that you see here, like emissions and per capita emissions, and then you have some sort of grouping variable. Here I just have country. Again, you just want to focus in on the two quantitative variables that you have. So instead of country, you might have males and females in terms of gender as your variable. Again, you don't really concern yourself with that. That's going a little bit further than where we're taking it. So I'm just going to focus in on these two columns, the emissions and the per capita emissions. Now, if you go back to the assignment, it wants you to do the descriptive statistics for your X variable, that's your explanatory variable, as well as your Y variable, your response variable. So you're going to do this two separate times, or with StatCrunch you can do it all at once. So let's just say that my emissions is my X variable, my per capita emissions is my Y variable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Stat, and you'll see that we have Summary Statistics. We're doing our data by columns because our data is in each column. So we'll just select columns, and then this table will pop up. Now you can either do these one at a time. So if I just wanted to do emissions, I could do that, or I can do them both at the same time. You can actually just hit Shift click, and you see that down there at the bottom, and you'll get both of them. Again, it's up to you how you do this. I'll do them one at a time and then show you them both at the same time. You won't have to concern yourself with where or grouped by. And then down here you'll see that these are the ones that are defaulted selected in terms of what it's going to output for you. If you just want to do the ones that are required, so remember mean is required, mean is required, standard deviation is required, median is required, and mode is required. If you just want to do the ones that are required for the assignment, you're more than welcome to do that. It won't be as much information given to you. If you just want to leave the ones that are default, that's okay as well. So I'm going to hit compute, and you'll notice that it gives me those. And then what you could do is you could just hit options, and then you can hit copy, and then you can paste that right into your assignment that you're going to turn in. Again, if you want to do these at the same time, so you don't have to do this more than once, just go to Stat, Summary Stats and Columns again, and then we'll just do both of them. Again, you have to hit Control click to get both of them. And again, I'll just do the ones that are required for the assignment. So mean, standard deviation, median, and our mode. Now on mine, I'm not going to have a mode. You will in yours, I assume, or a lot of you will. And then you'll notice that they come up at the same time. So that's one way of doing that. Again, it's totally up to you. Once again, you can hit options and then copy that straight into your assignment. The other thing, just going back to the assignment, you'll notice that on each one of your X and your Y variables, it wants you to provide a histogram, a box plot, or a stem leaf display for your explanatory variable. And then down here, you'll also do it for your, that should say response variable there. For your response variable. So I'm just going to remind you of where those are. All of your graphs are under graph, and then here are all of them. Now remember, it's up to you about which one you give, so I would suggest that you don't just give all of them. So pick which one you think is the most efficient in terms of displaying your data. So if you want to choose a histogram, it's right here. If you want to choose a stem leaf display, it's right here. And then you can also do the box plot, which is here. Again, pick one that you think displays the data the best. Again, it's up to you in terms of which one you pick. In any case, guys, I wanted to kind of show you or remind you about what the StatCrunch can do for you. If you have any questions about any of this, by all means, just let me know. And I'll give you another video when we get closer to the regression part. Other than that, guys, I look forward to hearing from you.